Hi everybody, it's me Jill and welcome to Jill Informed. This is season 10, episode 1 of the Real Housewives of New York City. Oh my gosh, it is finally here. All right, let's get right into it. We start off with Dorinda deciding to have a Halloween party to get all the ladies together. She has ordered a Lady Gaga bubble dress, or so she thought. It turned out to just be a kit, which is basically just a box full of plastic bubbles that she has to put together herself. So she ends up calling the costume designer for Saturday Night Live, and he says he's going to come and help her out. You just have to glue them together and put it on a bodysuit. And anyway, then we see Bethany is being honored for her help with this charity where she has gone to Texas and then she went to Puerto Rico and she was helping supply them with water and food and money, and it really is actually kind of wonderful and quite philanthropic of her. So I mean, I'm happy that there's that side of Bethany for sure, and maybe like doing good will help her be happier, you know, and change her a little bit. I don't know, we'll see. So she has invited Ramona and Tinsley because they were the first to get on board with helping out this charity. Tinsley was first, and Tinsley gave her $10,000, and then she said, and then Ramona gave $3,000. I mean, I feel like she was throwing shade a little bit. $3,000 is amazing contribution, but I just think that, I don't know, I feel like Bethany shouldn't have told us how much, because why throw shade at somebody who's actually helping you out? And maybe she wasn't, but I just don't feel like she needed to tell us the amounts. Then to the confession cam, Ramona says, oh, as soon as I found out that Bethany was doing this, I wanted to help and give as generously as I could. $3,000. It's probably not as generous as you could be, Ramona, but it was generous, you know? And she also mentions that Carol wasn't invited. Ramona mentions that. And so I am wondering if Carol didn't contribute. I don't know. It kind of sounds like that. Sounds like none of the other ladies did. So Luann goes over to Dorinda's house, and they have really kind of a heart-to-heart talk about Tom, you know? She's explaining how she feels bad that she didn't really understand. She really loved him, and things got even worse after they got married. How that's possible, I don't know. And that she feels like she is haunted by, you know, like what Bethany said to her and what some of the other girls are saying, but that she just didn't see it. And the one good thing is she didn't change her name, so she can still be Luann de Lesseps, not Countess, I don't think. So they had that discussion, and then we see Tinsley's apartment. Carol comes over, and apparently Carol and Tinsley had gotten close. They went to Spain together with, I guess they're both kind of ex-boyfriends now, because Tinsley's not really with Scott anymore, and Carol's not really with Adam anymore. But anyway, the four of them went to Spain and had a really great time. So she goes over there, and you know, Tinsley is still staying in a hotel, and she just calls down for room service and everything. It is kind of great. She calls herself like a grown-up Eloise. Like I said, it is kind of great, but it just seems so wasteful to me. The amount of money it cost, why she doesn't just buy an apartment. She was looking at apartments. You know, she's happy there, so that's good. Okay, so Bethany is just talking about poor Cookie. Cookie had to have been like 20 years old or something, right? But yeah, so she lost Cookie, and that was so sad. So Ramona and Sonia meet at a costume shop, and they're talking a little bit about Luann's divorce. Sonia doesn't seem to have a lot of compassion. Sonia went to Costa Rica to a kind of an eat, pray, love thing, because she said, I went there alone, of course. What do you mean, of course? Anyway, she went there and kind of detoxed and got off her meds and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know. She's feeling better, and Ramona thought she looked good. She does look good, but to me, she always looked good, even on her meds. Then we see Carol, and she's working out with her trainer, and she never worked out a day in her life. She's stick thin. She's 54 years old. I know. But she's training for the New York City Marathon, which is like 6 days away. This is the first time, she said, because people told her she couldn't do it. So that's why she wants to prove people wrong. So Carol shows up to Dorinda's house to get ready for the Halloween party with her. Carol is Amelia Earhart. I can't figure out if there's a theme to this thing or not. And Dorinda has now her bubble dress that she's trying on. So calling it a dress is a bit of a stretch because it is literally just a bodysuit with clear plastic bubbles on it. So it's not much of a dress. Anyway, so they get to the party first and Tinsley's with them too. And then, oh God. You know, last season, we got several episodes in before the first appearance of John Pedestrian. But here he is, bright and early, first season, he's at the party, dressed like a SWAT team member. Basically, he's just dressed like himself, but he has a jacket on that says SWAT. Yeah, like we're gonna have somebody that looks as unfit as he does on a SWAT team. Anyway, he's still being creepy. Tinsley's dressed up as Madonna. He says to her, "Are you supposed to be a virgin?" Ugh. I can't stand when the other ladies have to lean in and kiss him and stuff. It's just gross. I think he's writing on the fact that nobody could be worse than Tom D'Agostino. All guys look good in comparison to Tom. I'd rather be alone than with John. He is the one person I did not miss. Dorinda's Halloween party. Ramona is Britney Spears. The circa Hit Me Baby One More Time. The red pleather cat suit. She looks fantastic. Although I will say that my daughter rocked this look 18 years ago. They all look pretty darn good. Oh, and Sonia. Okay, so Sonia comes in with Rocco, and they're Lucy and Desi. She goes over to the bar. She doesn't say hello to anybody, and they just stay over there. And at first, like, Tinsley and Dorinda don't even know who it is. Who is that over there? They don't even know. And then she kind of turns around after a long time, and they're like, oh my God, that was Sonia. To the confession cam, Dorinda's like, what is she doing? It's not like she wandered into a random bar. This is my party. I invited her, and she doesn't even come over to say hello. It was strange. Now, Sonia said that Rocco can't stay, so I'll attend to him first, and then I'll go say hello to the ladies. But it's weird, and there aren't enough people there to make sense of her not going over there. Oh, and then Luann. Luann walks in as Diana Ross. Only the weirdest afro I've ever seen. It's up high and tall, a little bit like Marge Simpson. Definitely not a Diana Ross kind of thing. And then also, I don't even want to say this, but like, does she have dark makeup on? Because, oh my God, Luann. Are you serious? Yeah. So anyway, they noticed that Sonia's not coming over, and Ramona said, do you want me to go get her? And Dorinda's like, no, let's just wait and see if she comes over on her own. Let her figure it out. Plus, she's already kind of starting to slur, and I had the bet that Dorinda would be drunk 12 minutes in. I'm not too far off. When she finally does, she goes, yeah, we were just talking about you. Not, you were over there in the corner. And she said, oh, well, I was clinging to Rocco because he had to go to work. He couldn't stay long. So I'm here now. And then to the confession cam, Dorinda goes, oh, was Rocco afraid to come talk to us? I'm sorry, Rocco. Oh my God, Dorinda. Oh, I've missed you, girl. Bethany shows up a little bit later and she's dressed like Barbie, only I don't know, she had some drag queens come over and put her makeup and hair on, and so she said, so it turned into kind of like a Texas whore kind of a thing instead of Barbie. I don't know. Carol is like smoking cigarettes. I'm pretty sure this is the first time we've seen her smoke on camera. And someone was saying something about, what, are you smoking now? And somebody else said, are you kidding? You're preparing for the marathon. You can't smoke. Her answer is, well, Amelia Earhart chain smoked. Okay. So you're what, getting into character, Carol, for a Halloween party? I mean, it's not a role you're performing. Unfortunately, when Bethany greets John, she goes, oh, I mean, that's kind of hot. His SWAT costume, it wasn't. It was not kind of hot. And so then, of course, he looks at her and she's got like this low-cut, skin-tight dress. And he's like, oh, and I like what you're wearing too. Oh, stop. Stop being so lecherous, John. It's gross. And you know why he can get away with it? Because Dorinda is always plastered. And that, my friends, is why their relationship works. So Dorinda realizes that she's had enough, and she says to John, it's time to go. So the two of them leave. The other ladies are still in a group sitting down talking. Somebody says something about Bethany has a new house. I guess she bought a house in the Hamptons. And she goes, oh, yeah, it's on whatever highway. And Ramona said, you mean such and such street? And she goes, no, it's on this highway. Ramona, oh, nobody wants a house on the highway. Oh my God. So then she's just totally dissing the house that Bethany apparently just bought. Who does that? Even if you're thinking it in your head. Because actually, honestly, and I don't know anything about the Hamptons, but to me, I would think I wouldn't want a house on a highway either. But I would never say that to my friend who just bought a house there. So, of course, Bethany, they're getting into it again, and Bethany has to tell her that you're just a mean person. You just are. You just say mean things. No, I'm not. Then Luann and Sonia are kind of getting into it a little. Sonia apparently is still in the habit of talking to Page 6. Maybe it wasn't Page 6, but must have told somebody in the press that Luann was dating a lot. And Luann said, I wasn't even divorced yet. And you don't know what I'm doing. You and I haven't spoken to each other in months. Sonia doesn't really have an answer to that ever. You know, it's always just kind of like, oh, I mean, I just mentioned it to one person, or I don't know how she gets away with it, but she always kind of just acts like well, you know me, I talk, and she just didn't know who she was talking to. Okay, that's about where this episode ends. I feel like this was not my best recap. I was so excited to watch the first episode. I wanted to watch it live, and then I have a DVR so I can pause it, and then I was going to talk to you guys and then watch a little bit more and do it like that because I was so excited to watch. But for some reason, Bravo and some other cable channels were not coming in. They were all garbled. The reception was bad. The sound kept going in and out, and I was panicking. I went to my other TV. It wasn't working on that one either. So my daughter suggested I just watch it online, which I was doing, except I can't pause online. So during the commercial breaks, I was trying to talk to you guys, it just was not my best work, and I apologize for that, especially because it was something we were so looking forward to. Hopefully everything gets all straightened out by next week, and yeah, and I'm gonna try it again where I watch and then make comments while I'm watching with you guys, so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, that's it for this week's episode. Please subscribe to Jill Informed if you have not already done so. Please leave a comment down below. Let me know if I missed anything. I'm sure I did in all the confusion back and forth, trying to watch it on my laptop and trying to watch it on different TVs, and I was going crazy. So if I missed anything major, leave a comment down below and we can still talk about it. And that's all for me. I will see you next Wednesday at 1 p.m. Central Time for the next recap of The Real Housewives of New York City. Bye-bye.